as a switch. So
This
when
call is now being recorded.
diode as a switch. So when we are using a diode in forward bias mode means for this diode a positive terminal is applied to the positive terminal of the battery and cathode of the diode is applied to the negative terminal of the battery. Then we can say that the diode it acts as a closed switch in which the diode is in a forward bias. So you can observe that it acts as a closed switch and the current is flowing through the device. When we are applying a reverse bias voltage to the diode means positive terminal of diode is connected to the negative of the battery and and negative terminal is connected to the positive. So in the reverse bias mode, diode now acts as an open switch. So current will not be flowing through the device. So we can use this diode as a switch simply by connecting the power supply in forward bias mode or in the reverse bias mode. Now we will see applications, VI characteristics of the diode as a switch. You know that when we are using a silicon diode after 0.7 volt, it goes into the forward bias. And when we are using a germanium diode, it goes in forward bias after 0.3 volt. But here we are considering this as an ideal diode. So from the 0 volt only it will goes into the forward bias. So these are the characteristics for the ideal diode. But normally the diode goes into the forward bias after the 0.7 volt. So we have seen that characteristics in the last lecture. Now we will see the applications of diode as a rectifier. So in the last lecture I have explained the different blocks which are required for designing a power supply, in which the first block is the transformer and second block is rectifier. So today we will see we can use the diode as a rectifier. So rectifier is a circuit which converts the AC voltage into the pulsating DC voltage. Depends on the diodes used. So there are the types of rectifiers. One is the half wave rectifier, another one is a full wave rectifier. Again, full wave rectifier is divided into two: full wave center tap rectifier and full wave bridge rectifier. So one by one we will see how this rectifier works. So first we will see a half wave rectifier diode, half wave rectifier. So to design a half wave rectifier, what are the components are required? First one is the transformer. So here we are using a step down transformer. A step down transformer is used. One diode is required when we are designing a half wave rectifier and one load resistance. So connect all these components as shown in the circuit diagram. So this is the circuit diagram for the half wave rectifier. For half wave rectifier, now we will see the operation. So input we are giving as a AC voltage to the transformer. So this one is a single phase 230 volt AC volt. At the output of this, you will get the step down AC voltage. So now we will see the operation. So for the positive half cycle of the input voltage, for the positive half cycle of the input voltage, here are the 2 points, point A and point B. So with respect to this, so this A is become positive with respect to B. So as the input voltage is positive and this positive is connected to the positive terminal of the diode, so that this diode goes into the forward bias. When the diode goes into the forward bias, whatever the input voltage we are giving, the same input voltage we will get at the output. So when we are applying the input voltage from 0 to pi, diode D1, it will conduct, and current IL that will be flowing through the device. So see the waveforms for this. When the input voltage VAB is positive for the positive half cycle, so the maximum voltage across the diode you will get, that is a VM, that is a maximum voltage. From 0 to pi it will conduct for the positive half cycle. For the negative half cycle of the input voltage, now see what happened. For the negative half cycle of the input voltage, this is the negative voltage. So A is become negative with respect to B. So point A is become negative with respect to B. So the input voltage which is applied for the diode, it is negative. So when it is negative voltage, so diode turns off. When the diode turns off, at the output you will get the V0 equal to 0 voltage. Now see the diagram for this. So this is the circuit diagram, waveforms for the half wave rectifier. So this is the input voltage we are applying, 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, like this we are applying the input voltage. So 0 to pi, diode D1 is in forward bias, and from pi to 2 pi, diode D1 is reverse bias, means the diode is off. When the diode is on, so you will get the maximum load current and the load voltage at the output. And when you measure the voltage across the diode, so you will get that voltage is equal to 0.7 volt only. But at the output you will get whatever the input voltage we are giving, same voltage you will get at the output. So when the diode is turned off, when the diode is not conducting, so there will be a voltage exist across it in reverse direction. So the maximum of this voltage is known as the peak inverse voltage. When the diode is turned off, that voltage is known as a peak inverse voltage. So now see the definition for this. So peak inverse voltage is the maximum reverse voltage that a diode can withstand without getting damage. Means when we are applying a reverse voltage, diode should not get damage. That much of voltage only you have to apply to the diode. So peak inverse voltage, that will be equal to minus of Vm when diode is not conducting. So these are the output waveforms for the half wave rectifier. So I will share you the PPT and you have to draw this diagram in your notebook. So you have to draw the circuit diagram. So these 3 circuit diagrams you have to draw, as well as you have to draw these waveforms. So have you understand this functioning of half wave rectifier? Have you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Reply me, please. महेश मुळे.
Yes, ma'am. समजतो.
शर्वरी क्षीरसागर.
Yes,
महेश
ma'am.
मुळे. Sharvari Shirsagar, tell me, have you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.